Lebanese meat pie. Huge dough ball here. Delicious toasted pine nuts. Super soft and sticky. Pick it a little bit inside. What's up guys? Welcome to my YouTube channel. So today I'm going to be making some Lebanese meat pies. They looked so delicious and I'm super excited to make this. Let's go ahead and get started on the dough. I love little pastries like this because you can eat a few and then freeze the remaining. So first thing we're going to do is start with the dough. So let me just show you guys the process here. Okay, so I have 2 cups of all-purpose flour here. We're going to need 2 cups of lukewarm water. I have that right next to me. And then also 2 tablespoons of dried milk. 2 tablespoons of dried milk. Go ahead and open this up. A little bit messy. It's been a while since I've used this. This is really delicious when you make a pizza or a copycat Pizza Hut pizza. I used this. Okay, so 2 tablespoons of dried milk. Just like so. All right, put this guy away. And then we need 1 tablespoon of salt, 2 tablespoons of sugar. Go ahead and put that in there as well. And then we need 1 packet of instant dried yeast, which is like 2 teaspoons. Yeah, 2 1/4 teaspoons of instant yeast. Put this in here. Just like so. Again, 2 cups of lukewarm water. We're just gonna add that to the bowl here. And allow our yeast to activate. So we're gonna mix this up, mix it up with a wooden spoon. And we're gonna let this sit after we mix it for 15 minutes. Once again, we're just gonna allow the yeast to activate, to awaken. And then we're gonna add 3 more cups of flour. You guys can see that nice and clumpy flour here. Okay, so go ahead and put this to the side. Here is our dough for now, our runny dough. Runny dough. So I'm just gonna put this down and I'm gonna set a timer for 15 minutes. We're gonna let this sit so that way our yeast can activate. Set a timer for 15 minutes.
15 minutes, counting down.
Okay, so I'm just gonna let this sit. And then once the 15 minutes is done, we can go ahead and add the remaining 3 cups of flour. So you're gonna need 3 cups of flour. Salt was stuck to the bottom. Gotta add that to the bowl. Don't wanna waste any. You need the salt. Mix the salt. And I just used some sea salt. Okay guys, so it's been 15 minutes and the yeast is done activating, hopefully. So now we're gonna be adding 3 cups of flour. So here's our little bowl here. So I have 3 cups of flour right here. And I'm just gonna slowly, and you can do this by hand or you can use your stand mixer. I am gonna do it by hand today. Just in the mood to do it by hand. It's kind of therapeutic to play with dough, if you know what I mean. So yeah, I'm just gonna add all of it. You don't have to add all of it at once. You can do it by the cups or by each cup, but I'm just gonna add it all at once. And if I need to add a little bit more water, I will do that. So I'm gonna go ahead and mix this up a little bit. And then you're gonna need half a cup of extra virgin olive oil. Let's do half a cup of olive oil, extra virgin olive oil. I have my little cup measurement here. Had to refill my little olive oil bottle. A cup, yep, half a cup. Perfect. Go ahead and add this guy in here. Mix this in. And we're just going to form this into a nice big dough ball. Start using my hands now. So the dough here, I'm gonna like gently knead it. Make sure everything is combined. And then we can go ahead and shape this into a nice big dough ball. This is super soft, guys, wow. Super soft dough. A little bit sticky, but that is what we want. So this is gonna be a really nice dough for our Lebanese meat pies. Yeah, I'm excited to toast the pine nuts. We're gonna toast them in the skillet with some ghee. All right, this is pretty much good. I'm gonna do a few more rounds here. Nice little sticky dough ball here. I'm gonna add this guy back to our bowl here. A little love pat, as always. So yeah, here's our beautiful little dough, sticky little dough ball. Smells good. Nice little dough ball, super soft and sticky. So I'm gonna go ahead and damp my, out of breath, sorry. Gonna go ahead and damp my towel with some warm water, and I'm gonna cover this up. Nice and warm, damp, on my little damp towel, so we can really lock in that moisture. So I'm gonna go ahead and plop this guy on here, just like this. And we're gonna let this dough rest for 1 hour, and then we can go ahead and portion it out and cook our meat and all of that. But I'm gonna go ahead and put this to the side, and we're gonna let it rest 1 hour. Go ahead and start a timer here. Start a timer for 1 hour.
For how long?
For 1 hour.
1 hour. Counting down.
Okay, we're gonna let that rest. Our dough is resting. Let's go ahead and get started by toasting our pine nuts with some ghee. Went ahead and opened the ghee. Some clarified butter here. And thankfully this is already melted because we want some melted ghee, so I'll put this to the side. I'm gonna be using 2 tablespoons of ghee and 1/4 cup of pine nuts. And we're just going to toast these on a skillet. So open this up. 1/4 cup of pine nuts, 2 tablespoons of ghee, clarified butter, and then 1 pound of either ground sirloin, beef sirloin, or ground lamb. And I was gonna use lamb, but I couldn't find any. So unfortunately, I just substituted for some sirloin. 1 pound. Go ahead and open this up. Plastic up here. Okay. Put this beef to the side. And then 2 medium-sized onions, diced up. Went ahead and did that already. I love the smell of onions. So that's that. And then, oh, I forgot to prepare these spices. We're gonna need some cinnamon, allspice, salt, what else? I'm gonna go ahead and prep these spices with you as well. And then also the recipe said that you can use some yogurt, 1/2 cup of yogurt. That's optional, but I don't have yogurt, I have sour cream. But you don't have to use yogurt or sour cream, that is optional. So anyway, I am going to go ahead and prep the spices with you. So I went ahead and put 2 teaspoons of salt, sea salt, and you're gonna need 1/2 teaspoon of black pepper. I already have some ground up here. So I'm going to just portion out 1/2 teaspoon black pepper, okay? And then 1/2 teaspoon of ground allspice. I barely use allspice. It smells so good. It smells like Christmas. It smells just like Christmas. Oh yum, that smells good. Okay, so we're gonna be using 1/2 teaspoon of allspice, Christmas spice. That's what I'm gonna call it now. And 1/2 teaspoon of classic cinnamon. Perfect. Ooh, cinnamon is really messy if you get it everywhere. Okay, here's our spices. So we got 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon, 2 teaspoons of sea salt, 1/2 teaspoon of pepper, black pepper, and then 1/2 teaspoon of allspice. Smells so good. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this over here. You're also gonna need the juice of 1 lemon. I have a lemon here. Of cooking the beef, we'll go ahead and drizzle the juice in there, as well as the yogurt or sour cream if you are using that. But I'm gonna go ahead and put this to the side really quick. Go ahead and start by toasting the pine nuts with some ghee, 2 tablespoons of ghee. And then we're gonna remove the pine nuts. We're gonna leave the butter that's in the pan. And then we're gonna add the onions, beef, and the remaining spices and all of that. Okay guys, I went ahead and turned on the stove to a medium-high heat. So let's go ahead and add the 2 tablespoons of ghee. We can go ahead and toast our pine nuts. Perfect. Perfect. I'm gonna eyeball 2 tablespoons of ghee. Ooh, that's a lot. By cooking our pine nuts. Go ahead and prep 1/4 cup here. Pine nuts. Let these get nice and toasty. And then once they're nice and toasted, we can go ahead and remove them. That smells so good. And they're toasting up very fast. As you can see, they are changing color. Okay, now I'm gonna turn off the heat. Here's our delicious toasted pine nuts here. You see that? They're super dark and toasty. Smells so good. Yeah, they're nice and toasted and brown. So I'm gonna go ahead and place this down here. And then I'm going to remove the pine nuts from the skillet. I'm gonna leave the butter, and we're gonna use that butter to cook up our onion. And remove the pine nuts. So here's our delicious toasted pine nuts. Try one. Why not? That's good. Yeah, delicious. Nice and toasted. Go ahead and put this back on a medium-high heat. And then I'm gonna add the onions. We're gonna cook those first. And then we're gonna add the beef or lamb, whichever you're using. And then we will add our spices. So I'm gonna go put this on the stovetop. Turn it on a medium-high heat. Here is the melted ghee. I still have it on a medium-high heat. I'm gonna let these cook for a few minutes. I'm gonna turn it down to a medium heat. Okay guys, the onions are nice and translucent. I'm gonna go ahead and add the ground beef. Add the spices. Add our spices here. And mix this up. I'm just gonna keep mixing this up until the beef is fully cooked. Okay, I'm gonna turn off the heat now. Okay guys, the heat is completely turned off. I'm gonna go ahead and add our pine nuts back to the skillet here. Use 1 whole lemon into the skillet. Catching all the seeds there. Lots of seeds in this one. The first half, I'm gonna throw the seeds away. Second half here. Add the remaining sour cream that I have, or if you have yogurt, you can do half a cup of yogurt. And combine this together. This is gonna be so good. Okay guys, so the meat is done cooking. Let me go ahead and grab it. Here's what it looks like. Delicious beef and onion, pine nuts. Smells so good. That cinnamon is really strong. And the allspice, Christmas spice. It smells so good. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this to the side, let this cool off a little bit. And it looks as if we have about 15 minutes left. Yeah, 16 minutes left until our dough is completely done rising. It's doing well, I can see it. So I'm gonna give it 15 more minutes, and then we can go ahead and shape our dough into little circles, and then we can fill it with our meat mixture, and then we're gonna fold it into cute little triangle shapes. And then you're gonna need, of course, a baking sheet with parchment paper or silicone mat, and I have both. Silicone mat, parchment paper. I don't know if I'm gonna be using both of these, but I haven't prepared just in case. Okay guys, so it's been an hour and the dough has risen. Let me show you. Here is the dough. Look at that huge dough ball here. Wow, so cool. It has completely risen and it's nice and puffy and soft. So now we're just going to shape our dough into little balls, and we're gonna flatten them out till they're about, they're like pretty thin. I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of flour on the countertop. First, let me go ahead and just take the dough ball out of the bowl. I guess I can sprinkle a little bit of flour here, just like so. And I'm just going to simply take this huge dough out. Wow, look at that. Look at this soft dough here, super sticky and fun to play with. Beautiful dough, and I'm gonna kind of form it, shape it. And I'm going to go ahead and roll this out and gonna slice it. Just gonna slice it. But first I'm just gonna roll it out a little bit and into like a rope, to a nice rope shape here, as you can see. And we're just gonna slice it and make little round circles. And we're gonna roll those out on the countertop. Now I have my knife here. So I'm gonna go ahead and slice it. Actually, this is too small. So we are gonna need fairly good size circles. So let's go ahead and slice like that big here. See how flat? Yep, that's a perfect size. So just going to slice these about that big. Keep slicing them. Do this size here, however big this is. So that way we can fill a good amount of meat in these little meat pies. So, okay. Now I am just going to simply, I'm gonna dust the surface with some flour, just a little bit. I have a little bit of flour here. Just so that way, once again, they don't stick to the countertop. I'm gonna go ahead and grab my rolling pin, my classic rolling pin. Rolling pin. Okay, and now we're just going to simply roll these guys out. Yeah, these are gonna be big pies here. Large circles. Large circles. I'm just gonna use my hands first. Gonna kind of spread this out. Yeah, this is gonna be a large, this is gonna be a large pie. I'm a circle shape here. And make it super thin, because we're gonna let these rest. After we form our circles, we're gonna let them rest for about 20 to 30 minutes. So, yeah, that's pretty good. It's not really a perfect circle, but here. Let me get it a little bit better circle shaped. That's a little bit better, I'd say. Yeah, that's pretty good. So I'm gonna let this guy sit here and let it rest. And I'm gonna do the same thing with every single one of these little dough portions. Shape them into little circles, let them rest. I'll show you guys a few more. This is a super soft dough, like wow, super soft. That is pretty good. Yeah, these are gonna be super big meat pies. Place them over here. Dough, super fun to play with. Form this nice circle shape. Well, it's not a perfect circle, but I like abnormally shaped things. So yeah, it's pretty good. I like imperfect things, I guess is the best way to say it. That is a nice little circle. So I'm gonna let this sit here. I'm going to finish all of these other dough portions off of camera. Gonna flatten these out. Went ahead and finished rolling out all of the dough portions. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys really quick. Okay, yeah, so I have them all here on the countertop, as you can see, just sitting here. So I'm gonna let them rest for 20 to 30 minutes. We're gonna let them rest. I'm gonna set a timer. Set a timer for 30 minutes.
For how long?
30 minutes.
30 minutes, counting down.
Okay.
It's canceled. 30 minutes, counting down.
Siri's wigging out. Okay, so I'm just going to let these rest, and then once they have rested, we can go ahead and fill our pies with the meat. And then you're gonna need some melted ghee. So I have my ghee here. Thankfully it's already melted, it came melted. And you're gonna need a little brush, and we're just going to brush some melted ghee all around the sides of the pies. As they sit here on the countertop, I went ahead and covered them lightly with some plastic wrap. So it's been about 30 minutes. So I'm gonna go ahead and fill the pastries with some meat mixture. So let me just show you guys here. So here's the pastries. I have my meat mixture right over the side here. So I'm just gonna add a good amount into our pastry here. Maybe just a little bit more, because we have a lot of meat over at the side here. So okay, now we're going to simply fold. We're gonna make a triangle shape. So we're gonna fold the pastry, and we're just gonna pinch the sides, okay? And then we're just gonna fold it again, pinch the sides just like so, seal it up, make a nice little triangle. So as you can see, this is a nice little meat pie, and sealed the edges. So I'm gonna go place this on the baking sheet. Okay, the baking sheets, because they're pretty big, as you can see. Okay, I'm gonna place this over here. Okay, just gonna add a good amount of meat onto the pastry here, into the center. Fold it over, and we're just gonna make a nice little triangular shape. I'm just gonna pinch the side. So it seals up nicely. Place this on the baking sheet as well, carefully, so I don't destroy it. Oof, very close. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and finish. I'll do one more with you. Okay, fill this one as well with some meat. Smells so good. Very unique smell because of that allspice and cinnamon. Okay, that is pretty good. Gonna fold this guy over. Oh, we need a little bit more meat in this one. Fold it over, and then fold this one. Okay, just like so. Perfect. Gonna place this guy on the baking sheet as well. Pinch it, seal it. Okay guys, so I went ahead and filled all of the pastries and sealed them up. So here's our Lebanese meat pies. Super cute, right? Cute little meat pies. I was able to make 10. So 10 large Lebanese meat pies here. They smell so good, and the dough is so soft, so fluffy. I'm gonna have to use this dough recipe for like a pizza or something. But yeah, Lebanese meat pies. So I'm gonna go ahead and add some melted ghee. Let's go ahead and open this up. The ghee here. Take off the lid. Melted ghee. So I'm gonna use my little brush to dip it and brush all over the edges of the pastry. Let me just show you guys here. And then I went ahead and preheated the oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit, so that way we can get a head start on that. So go ahead and show you guys here. So I'm just going to simply dip my brush and coat a really good amount of ghee all over the edges here. Yeah, lovely. And I'm just going to do this with all of these little pastries, these little meat pies. I am so excited to try this. I bet it is going to be delicious, satisfying, all of the above. And then it's suggested to dip it into some yogurt. But once again, I don't have any. I might just dip it into some hot sauce or Yeah, probably just some hot sauce. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and finish coating all of these. Okay guys, so our oven is almost preheated. So once it's preheated, we're just gonna add these to the oven. Oven is preheated. So we're just gonna add these to the oven for 15 to 20 minutes or until golden brown. So I'm gonna go ahead and put these in the oven really quick. Set a timer for 20 minutes.
20 minutes starting now.
Okay guys, it's been 20 minutes and the meat pies that were on the top rack. Here's our delicious meat pies, Lebanese meat pies. You guys can see? Oh, it smells so good, nice and buttery smelling. But it is really hot, so I'm gonna let this sit here and cool off. And then the other tray, I transfer to the top rack so that way it can get gold on the top, just like these. So yeah, I'm gonna let those finish up and let these cool off. Okay guys, so here's our delicious Lebanese meat pies. Super yummy, smells so good. Filled with delicious meat, allspice, cinnamon. Smells so delicious. Nice pastry puff here. I think originally they make their pies smaller. So as you can see, I made mine pretty large. So if you want to make yours smaller, go for it because this is quite big, but figured it'd be easier to make them bigger. But let's go ahead and try this. I'm gonna break it. I'm gonna break it a little bit. Oof. Cool. It's the inside. Meat pie. Smells so good. Go ahead and try it. Meat. This is so delicious. I didn't know what to expect, like with the cinnamon and the allspice. And I don't know how to explain it. So delicious, so many flavors. Yeah, those like Christmassy flavors are so good. Crazy. And then the pine nuts. And then the bread, oh my word. So good, so fluffy. Look at that. Put some hot sauce on the bread. Ooh. A little much. A little much. Golden. Wow. That meat is so good. Gotta get a napkin. Forgot. Yeah, I took the other pies out of the oven. They're done. So to drink, I saw this glowberry Prime hydration drink, Glowberry. So yeah, I wonder what it tastes like. I was curious. Does it, wait a minute, does this glow in the dark? That would be so cool if this glowed in the dark. I guess I'll never know. Cheers. That is so good. Tastes like apple. I think I've had this before. Went down the wrong pipe. That's good. That is good. And so is this. Mmm. Mm. Look at that. Yum. So happy with that bread. This is the best dough I've ever made. So I'm definitely going to reuse this recipe. Fluffy. Probably use this recipe, the dough, to make a pizza. Last bite. Delicious. I hope you guys like this video. Thank you so much for watching. On the next one. Bye.